Hashem Hamashiach Malaki Hawashai. Right, we're back here on another Sabbath day. Today's lesson is, what does the Bible say about the animals? Right, in fact, it says a lot. And we can learn a lot about the animals as well. But first, you can grab Psalms. It's like you grab Wisdom of Solomon 13 and 5. Psalms, Wisdom of Solomon 13 and 5.
It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13 and verse 5. For by the greatness and the beauty of creatures, proportionably, the maker of them is seen.
Right, of course, all honors and double honors goes to the Heavenly Father because He made these creatures that we see. He made the lion, He made the asp, He made the eagle. He made these mighty, mighty beasts upon the earth. Even the behemoth and leviathan, which we'll read as well. But can you read that again, King?
It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13 and verse 5. For by the greatness and the beauty of the creatures, proportionably, the maker of them is seen.
And we're going to go through as much as we can today, Lord willing, right, on how mighty these animals are and what we can learn from them, right? Because even the Bible tells us that we can learn from them, straight up and down. You can grab Job chapter 12, verse 7.
It's the book of Job, chapter 12, verse 7. But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee.
And it's not Dr. Doolittle, you can't actually speak to a beast, but more so observe the beast. Watch how a beast moves in its natural environment, in the ecosystem. There's something about that beast, right, and certain characteristics of that beast that you can apply to your life and make your life more profitable for yourself and others around you. Go ahead.
And the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee.
Right, the same thing with the fowls of the air. They shall tell thee. The beast and the fowls will tell you how to make your life a lot better. We're going to bring out the examples as well. All right, let's bring this out. This is a quick video. We're not going to watch the whole thing.
Japan's Shinkansen bullet. In 1989, Japan's Shinkansen bullet train had a problem. It was fast, really fast, like pushing 170 miles per hour fast. But every time it exited a tunnel, it was loud. The noise was coming from a variety of sources, but whenever a train sped into a tunnel, it pushed waves of atmospheric pressure through the other end. The air exited tunnels with a sonic boom that could be heard 400 meters away. In dense residential areas, that was a huge problem. So an engineering team was brought in to design a quieter, faster, and more efficient train. And they had one secret weapon. Eiji Nakatsu, the general manager of the technical development department, was a bird watcher.
Different components of the redesigned bullet train were based on different birds.
See that? Man's designs, their engineers, they watch these birds and animals, and they learn from them, and they made life easier. Go ahead. Oh, no.
Owls inspired the pantograph. That's the rig that connects the train to the...
See, so this is what you call biomimicry, when you mimic the things that happens in the earth.
electric wires above. Nakatsu modeled the redesign after their feathers, reducing noise by using the same serrations and curvature that allow them to silently swoop down to catch prey. The Adelie penguin, whose smooth body allows it to swim and slide effortlessly, inspired the pantograph's supporting shaft, redesigned for lower wind resistance. And perhaps most notable of all was the kingfisher.
The kingfisher is a bird that dives into water to catch its prey. The unique shape of its beak allows it to do that while barely making a splash. Nakatsu took that shape to the design table. The team shot bullets shaped like different train nose models down a pipe to measure pressure waves and dropped them into water to measure the splash size. The quietest nose design was the one modeled most closely after the kingfisher's beak. When the redesign debuted in 1997,
Let's see, but you can read Job 12 and 7 again. Pretty much get the point.
The book of Job, chapter 12, verse 7. But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee. Or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee.
So just for another example, you can go to Proverbs 6 and 6. These beasts will tell you something. They're going to teach you a lesson. They give you a breakdown, but you have to be willing to hear and willing to watch.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 6. Go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider her ways, and be wise.
So the Lord said, look at the ant, consider her ways, and then you'll be wise. You tell this to your average man, they'll be confounded. You have to have the Spirit upon you to understand that you can learn from a lot of things in life, even nature itself. Even Isaac, he went into the field, and Abraham, they meditated. You don't think our forefathers just stood in nature? You don't think they was one with nature? Right? Not on the left-hand side, but on the right-hand side. You don't think they really observed the beasts? They watched the birds? And even on another level, Moab, they got a lot of their fighting styles really from us. But when you watch Moab, they say, what do they say? The fighting crane. Yeah, the fighting crane, monkey's paw, whatever. The mantis. That's all mimicked from animals and beasts. Because the way that they move is deep.
Remember the movie Kung Fu Panda? It had all the animals, the little fighting style.
Yep. All those animals had a different fighting style. And man on this earth, they kind of mimicked their fighting style. There was one dude, I can't remember his name, he was a UFC boxer or some type of boxer, and he was kind of crawling. And I think he said he got that from a beast. Yeah, John Jones. And the other dude, he didn't know what to do. He's kind of confounded. He's kind of crawling. But certain beasts do that. Certain monkeys do that. They don't just kind of beat you up. They kind of crawl and kind of get up on you. So let's get a few more precepts. You can get Psalms 104 and 20. So the Bible says a lot about animals, which you can learn from them. We sacrifice animals, all right?
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 104, verse 20. Thou makest darkness.
104 and 20?
Yes.
Go on, you got it.
Thou makest darkness, and it is night, when all the beasts of the forest do creep forth.
Right, so you got a lot of beasts even in the forest. Continue.
The young lions roar after their prey, and seek their meat from God.
And best believe each animal has its true purpose. Don't think the Lord made something that's just unprofitable for anybody. Even the mosquitoes. Can you hold that? Can you go to Ecclesiastes 11 and 3? Every beast has its true purpose.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 11, and verse 3. If the clouds be full of rain, they empty themselves upon the earth. And if the tree fall towards the south.
Salakia. I believe that's Sirach 11 and 3.
I'm sorry. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 11, verse 3. The bee is little among such as fly, but her fruit is the chief of sweet things.
Right. Even the bee that you think, well, I don't got nothing to do with me. Well, so what? I'll kill a bee. I'll kill all the bees. Hold up, brother. That bee produces honey. It pollinates. It's a beautiful thing. All right? Now you can go back to Psalms 104 and where you left off. And not to say, you can't defend yourself against certain beasts, but you shouldn't go out your way to just murder them just because you're bored. Yeah, you just hunting them. That's the spirit of Esau. They just hunt animals for the hell of it. They got big ass heads of every beast there is. Killing giraffes just to have the head. Elephant tusks. And they proud of it too. I'm pull up the pictures. You said what?
But I was gonna say with the elephant tusks, elephants been almost going like extinct or they endangered because of Esau.
Yeah.
Yeah, rhinos.
Rhinos, elephants. It's a lot of animals.
It's illegal to do that over there now. It's called poaching.
Yep. And you got Ham actually protecting those animals. They kind of guard them with their guns. They're in there all day. Disconnect. Oh, right now. Hotspot. You mind trying to pull yours up? Can you Google Esau with hunting animals? Right? Now, of course, we can eat beasts, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Isaac had venison, but you can't go out your way to just murder them and be wicked. Yeah, for the hell of it. For the thrill. It gets your blood rushing. While you're pulling that up, you can read that again, King. Because they do this even for the sea creatures. That's why a lot of sea creatures are going extinct as well. You got it.
The book of Psalms, chapter 104, verse 20. Thou makest darkness, and it is night, when all the beasts of the forest do creep forth. The young lions roar after their prey, and seek their meat from God.
Right? They seek their meat from God. Go ahead.
The sun ariseth, they gather themselves together and lay them down in their dens. Man going forth unto his work, and to his labor until the evening.
Right, and man goes in and just does this to him. I mean, you can't even eat a leopard. You can't eat a lion. You can't do it. You couldn't even sacrifice it in the ancient world. So what are you doing killing him? What do you get out of that? Look how prideful he is. Got one. Yeah, honey, I got a rhino today. That's sick.
Kill him.
He get Proverbs 12 and 10. They have his natural purpose. And you killing them is destroying the ecosystem.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 12, and verse 10. A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast.
What is it?
A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast.
He's not regarding the life of that beast. Because you get nothing out of killing a rhino. They don't even eat these animals. They just want to kill it and stand next to it to show that they have power. It's psychological with Esau. It's not enough that he can't have power over man. He has to have power over the beast and just kill him for no reason. For straight up sport. He just needs to have every head of a beast in his house. Smoking his thick cigar. Look at that. Is that fake?
I don't even know if it's fake or not.
Hey, but nevertheless, I'm sure they got it in Esau's house. So you got it.
They said this.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 12, and verse 10. A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel.
Yeah, this is cruel. This is the definition of cruelty towards your beast. This is downright dirty.
So like they be having
This is Africa.
they stuff them and put them in museums too.
Yeah, they stuff them and put them in museum. You can just make waxed animals if you wanted to. You make straight up waxed animals. But they gotta kill it, stuff it, and then just show you.
Esau.
You can bring out Psalms 50 and 10.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 10, and it reads, For every beast of the forest is mine, and the cattle upon 1,000 hills.
Right, because at the end of the day, everything is of the Lord. Yes, he gave us dominion over the beast. You can bring that out in Genesis 2 and 19. He gave us dominion over the beast and we named him. But at the end of the day, everything is of the Lord's. So that's why he said, hey, you gotta be careful how you treat your beast.
He look like a Klansman.
Yeah, he's a Klansman.
It's like he was done. He had
Oh, I had the one more precept, and then you get your point.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 2, and verse 19. Out of the ground, the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof.
Right, that means a rhinoceros is not really a rhinoceros. A lion really isn't a lion, right? And that's just what it is in the English, but in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, it had another name designated to it. All right, Esau came in a way, like it says in Psalms 49:11, just wanted to name everything after themselves in their own houses. You can close out with, you got a point?
I was going to say something real quick. They call it a lion, but it's in the Hebrew it's a ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Bring out Psalms 50 and 10. Everything is of the Lord, and you got to be careful how you treat the Lord's property.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 50, and verse 10. For every beast of the forest is mine, and the cattle upon 1,000 hills.
Everything is of the Lord's, right? Hey, your woman, your children, that's all of the Lord's. That's why you got to be respectful and be peaceful towards all men. Israelites. Somebody have a point?
Yeah, just to let me back up what you brought out in Psalms 104 and 21, how it said the young lions roar after their prey and they seek their meat from the Most High. So that's another thing that we can learn from the animals is that they don't worry about their next meal, because when you read Matthew 6 and 26, it tell you how all the animals the Lord he clothed them and feed them and stuff like that. So you can also learn to not worry where your next meal or whatever gonna come from the animals, because they seek their meat from the Lord, and that's what we should worry about too.
Let's bring that out. Is that Matthew 6:30? 6:26?
Yeah, I was right there. It really 25.
Bring it up, King.
Start at 25.
Matthew 6:25, Robert Bashar. And that's a beautiful point. As we said in the beginning, as the scriptures say, hey, ask the beast and they shall teach you. And they should tell you. You don't see birds kind of huddled up, stressed. Man, what we gonna do? They don't do that. They kind of just chill. They are literally chill, just kind of looking around. And then the meat fall before them.
The Lord go feed.
Yeah, the Lord feeds you. And then with that, hey, you be like, dang, I can't worry. I really can't worry. It makes no sense for me to stress and worry. Wow. You got it. We got your evidence.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 25. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body more than raiment? Behold, the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them.
What?
Yet your heavenly Father feedeth
The
them.
Heavenly Father feedeth them. When you feel like, oh man, I'm not getting no wisdom, I want more wisdom, I need more knowledge, the Lord's gonna feed you. Just read. Right? The Lord's always gonna provide for you spiritually, physically, mentally. You just gotta meet him halfway there as well. You gotta put in the work as well. Right? But nevertheless, the point is this, you can't stress over things. You can't worry when your next meal is gonna come in. Go ahead.
Are ye not much better than they?
Right, you're the elect. You don't think the Lord's gonna watch over you? You're Israelites, a prince of the power. Right? We see the prophecies in the ancient world through the Spirit of the Lord will. Right? We see prophecies even in miracles even today. You don't think the Lord gonna watch over you? Everything the Lord did for you right now, he did that for you. And you got the nerve to stress. You got the nerve to just overthink. Some nerve. Imagine how the Lord feels. You stressing? I just did all this for you. What you doing? That's why you gotta actually observe nature sometimes. You know, it's humbling. It really is. There'll be times, in the past, I'll just walk out and sit down and just watch the fish. See what I can learn from them. I watch the birds, look up. With that, I yield.
And you got animals that hibernate. And the Lord didn't put that point there, but you got animals that hibernate and they actually store food, like bears and gophers and beavers. They hibernate and they store their food in there, and then they go wherever they're gonna be at until a certain time is up. And all their food might be gone, and then they gotta come up and find some more food, and then they gotta sit down there and eat that food that what they got, and kind of, not be a gluttonous.
I was about to say, even bears can teach not to be a glutton.
And animals is mighty, man, through the spirit. I got a preset. Sirach 17:1. All right. On to us has that power over them animals, man. This damn clansman. Actually, I want to make a point on this. It says this is a trophy African leopard. So, this is actually something called big game hunting. Right? It says big game hunting is hunting of large game animals for trophies, taxidermy, meat, and commercially valuable animal byproducts such as horns, antlers, tusks, bones, fur, body fat, or special organs. Right? So, they hunted, like I said, tigers, rhinoceros, leopards. It's all kind of different animals, so that's wicked as hell. But bring that up, man.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 17, and verse 1. The Lord created man of the earth and turned him into it again.
Right, he created man out of the dust of the earth. We made out of the minerals in the earth. Right, and then he turns us into it again. When we die, right, we go back into the ground. Right, you read it?
Verse 2, he gave them few days and a short time,
Right.
and power also over the things therein.
He gave us power over the things therein. That's including the animals. So we have power over the beast. Right, they're created for us to utilize like oxen, right? Like the different animals for sacrifices, they're for food. Even a dog, like his pet, it's companionship, they help you with different things, right? Toka had a dog, her son had a dog, right? Can you read it?
He endued them with strength by themselves,
Right?
and made them according to his image,
Right, we were made in the image of the Lord, read.
and put fear of man upon all flesh.
He did what?
And put the fear of man upon all flesh.
Right, that's why when you go out, when a bear attacks somebody, it's because it's scared as hell. Right? Bears and all these other animals, they fear man. Right? You looking at the lion as big as hell, like, dang, this thing gonna eat me. It's looking at you like, that's man right there. Like, that's man right there. I never seen nothing like this before. Like, the animals see you from the wild, they're like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
They confounded, they never seen nothing like that. You know, so they terrified they damn self. Think about your first time seeing a human as a lion. You used to seeing gazelles and rhinos, and you used to see a human. You're like, what the hell is that?
Like, standing like that.
You know, like, what is he?
That's what I was
You
saying.
know what I mean? He got technology, and he just got stuff you never heard, a big thing that make a loud noise, and like, what is this thing? Yeah, he got 2 legs.
They think of it the same way as we.
How do you fit in this
Think of it the same way
ecosystem?
as we see a lion when you just you the first human, you ain't never seen animals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you see an unknown creature, you're gonna be like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, that's how they feel. Because we study them, we know them, you grow up seeing pictures of them, they don't know you. So when they first see you in the wild, they're like, what the hell? Right? So the fear of us is upon them. You had a point. So I'll keep reading.
Quick precept on that.
Yeah, bring it up. Keep
James
reading.
3:7.
I get James 3:7. We'll go back to Sirach. Yeah, man.
It's the book of James, chapter 3, and verse 7.
Right?
For every kind of beast, and of birds, and of serpents,
Right.
and things in the sea is tamed, and have been tamed of mankind.
You see that? So, man, we tame beasts. Like you take these different wolves, you tame it, and you turn it into a dog. And now you got different breeds. Just like a pig. Your brothers know a pig literally is just a boar, a wild beast. Like, boars are wild as hell. They eat anything, and they just wild pigs. They eat anything, they attack you. Right? Yeah, boars like actually attack you in the woods, man. And I actually heard, I have to do some research, if you let a pig out in the wild for so long, it's gonna kind of revert back to being a boar. It's gonna kind of turn back into it. I heard that before, I have to look that up.
You can tame a lion too. There's certain Edomites, you know, they kind of see they lion, they kind of just play with them, wrestle with them.
Dolphins and
Yeah, that's true. We tamed everything you can think of.
Got that Mike Tyson spirit. My lion, my tiger.
Or you can go back, or that's it on that?
yes,
Yeah, go to back to Sirach 17. I just want to see that about a boar. You can read that though, Ken.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 17, verse 4.
Right?
And put the fear of man upon all flesh, and gave them dominion over beasts and the fowls.
Right?
They received the 5 operations of the Lord, and in the 6th place he imparted them understanding, and in the 7th speech, an interpreter of the cogitations thereof.
Right, so that's the difference that man have. We actually have speech and, you know, understand, because you got a parrot, they just repeat everything you say, but he don't really know what's going on. He's saying, "Rah!" Whatever you say, he just repeating it. But he don't have the cognitive, he don't have the comprehension, right, like man does. Right, keep reading.
Counsel and a tongue, and eyes, ears, and a heart gave he them to understand.
You see that? So the Lord gave us understanding over the animals, right? But even though we have understanding over these animals, just like the brother bring it out, we can still learn from these animals. Since we have the understanding, we can look at nature and apply that to our lives. Everything that we see is based off of nature. Right? Even how they built the, helicopters and things like that. The Lord compared helicopters to locusts, and that's exactly how they look. Right? Even when you look at their battle formations, right? When they fly in the planes, it look like how the birds fly. Right? So I just brought the video with the bird watching, created the bullet train. Right? So all these different animals, you kind of observe the nature and you can learn from it. Because we got that understanding and dominion over them. And we can't out-create the creator. So anything we think of has to come from some kind of creation. And it inspires you. I got this right here. It does say a domestic pig can quickly revert to wild pigs. Right? It said it took hundreds of years to breed them, but just a few months in the wild, it kind of turned back. It'll grow tusk, thick hair, and then it get aggressive in a few months. So if you let a pig out in the wild, it grow tusk and all hell break loose. But yeah, so we tame these things. We tame the boar, man. This is a wild beast right here. Right? We tamed that thing, and now it's known as the pig.
I got a precept on that on board.
You got it.
Oh, you can. I didn't know if you want to continue, though.
You got it.
You can get Psalms 80 and verse 13. So I was gonna have this point with the brother. We'll bring it out.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 80 and verse 13. The boar out of the wood doth waste it, and the wild beasts of the field doth devour it.
So like the brother was going to, like the boar, man tamed the boar. And the boar, it wastes the wood. Basically, it's going all over the place. It's wild, When you see a domesticated animal, it's kind of different from a wild animal. I'm pretty sure brothers in a lifetime never seen a wild animal for real. A real wild. Probably seen a wild cat or a little wild dog. That's not even the wildest of the animals. Go out in the forest and see a wolf. See a lion, you're gonna see that, hey, these animals can get very wild. And guess who created them? The Most High created them. But I just want to go into how Esau kind of messed up the ecosystem, like the brothers was going to. You can get Psalms, I believe it's 83 and verse 15.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 15.
So, what? Psalms 82 and 5.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 82 and verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundation of the earth are out of course.
God, so Esau then killed off endangered animal species. So that's kind of throwing off the ecosystem, Just like how you can look up Bill Gates, he done made a ton of mosquitoes because they killed off so many mosquitoes. We need mosquitoes in our ecosystem to pollinate, so the chemtrails, like the brother was saying, they was messing them up. What else is endangered? Like we was going into the elephants. So let's get Isaiah 29 and verse 16.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse 16. Surely the turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the pot of clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
God, so Esau, he didn't turn everything backwards, man. You got thing on animals that's homosexuals now, and they bugged out. You know what I'm saying? You got animals that don't even know their purpose because they're in the zoo. They don't know how to actually be the animal that the Lord made them. You see that on Madagascar. That's a cartoon movie, but that's real life. I just want to bring out another like two more precepts. Revelation 11 and verse 14.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 11 and verse 14. You said verse 14?
Is it 14? Or maybe 15?
15.
The earth, right?
That's what I want.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third. Okay, verse 15. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 15. And the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven saying, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his Christ, and he shall reign forever and ever.
So like that's not what I wanted. It said, the Lord is going to destroy them that destroy the earth. Roughly paraphrasing. 11 to 18. So.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
Because Esau destroyed the earth. You read about that in Isaiah 11. The earth is going to rejoice. That's to show you that everything is living. Everything in nature is living. So if the earth and the plant life and the ecosystem is going to rejoice when Esau is taken out of power, that's showing you that it's living. And that's showing you how bad it got that Esau is destroying his earth.
quick point, you seen that video where that man had killed the lion, and he had the camera set up like this, and he ain't get a chance to adjust the camera yet because he was trying to focus on make sure the lion was dead, and the camera was facing this way. And he had a white woman with him, and she was looking at the camera, but she was like not paying attention to the camera. And he killed the lion, and you see a lion coming from the back for like 30 seconds, for like 45 seconds. It's another lion coming, and once he pays attention to the lion, it's too late. The lion just jump on him. All you hear is get the gun, get the gun.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Yeah,
But that's my point. That's my next point as well, because the Lord have been putting in these animal spirits
His brother came.
of vengeance. You read about that in Sirach 39 and 27. For them hunting the animals, and the Lord put that in Esau's spirit because Esau is a wicked, vile man. He brought that in Genesis 25 that the Lord made Esau a hunter in the wild.
He's hunting animals for no reason, for fun. Like we pulled up game hunt.
He was just in the wilderness, just hunting the animals. Jacob was in there cooking, So he didn't know how to cook, but he knew how to hunt.
And they're making apothecaries and stuff, trying to smell good.
Esau, that's my point. Esau knew how to hunt, but he didn't know how to cook.
Why? Like why? Why are you killing the
Brother got it.
Why are you killing the tiger? So awful. You get I got another precept, let me back. Get 2nd Esdras chapter 5 and verse 8. Right? Going into Esau, knocking his world off his course, man, destroying the earth. Right? Destroying the plant life. Every time you're driving up a road, you gotta remember, all this used to be flat, dry grassland. And now it's just roads and buildings and damn folly.
Concrete.
Right? Hard concrete everywhere, right? Bring that out.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 5, and verse 8.
Right?
There should be a confusion also in many places.
Right, this is talking about the last days. And there's confusion in many places. Riots, uproars, right? Keep reading.
And the fire should be off sent out again.
Right? Forest fires, all hell breaking loose, read.
And the wild beasts shall change their places.
And the wild beasts shall change their places. Right, so you got the beasts all thrown out of whack because Esau destroying the earth and the ecosystem. So beasts, they end up places they never been. I never used to see beavers in the hood, man, in Detroit. Right, you got beavers all in the hood, deers be coming to the city now, right? So you see a lot of stuff now, man. Right, on the lower level, on the higher level, they just be in different areas now. Right, just like even now in Israel, they used to have lions and stuff like that, man. They don't have lions no more there. Right? Different things like that. So, yeah, these lions, these beasts, they're changing their places in these last days. Right, brother? You got a point?
Precept.
Come on.
Jeremiah 12 and 4.
Bring that up. So, Esau, he kind of destroying the ecosystem. Right? And the Lord got that in the Bible. Right? That's what the Bible say about the animals. You can learn from them. Man has dominion over them. Man named them. Man tamed them. And the so-called white man kind of destroying them, man, in these last days.
And then they got the nerve to say, Earth Day.
Nah,
when you killing the earth, man.
Arbor Day.
What they say?
Arbor Day.
Arbor Day.
That's hypocrisy at its finest.
And he's not doing nothing to solve the issue of killing the creation and animals, Like the brother said, Earth Day, man.
You know how many birds live in trees?
And they cut down all the trees.
You got a movie, the Dr. Seuss movie. It was
The Lorax.
Yeah, the Lorax.
Yeah, Lord.
Esau for real.
That is Esau.
And Esau was selling clean air in that movie.
Yeah, he was.
And I think I heard about something like that they started doing that in real life.
You can pull that up.
They
You
got-
can buy air.
Yeah.
And then, you just
You got like
inhale it clean.
expensive air.
Yep. Pandas.
Yeah, it's
They're
like
harmless.
I just looked it up. It said it's like
Jar of fresh air.
it's madness.
Hold on, what's it
I'm
say?
breathing it right now. Hold on, I gotta buy it.
I want to try it now.
Nah, come on, brother.
See? Yep.
This is funny, though.
Air? That's off.
Fresh oil still.
Come get your fresh
It's that
air.
vitality air. That's what it's called.
And they messing that air up.
Fresh
They
air
sold
black.
all these so they can turn
$800.
into
They say fresh air black.
We gonna be on grass. We gonna be something in the middle of the street. We got grapes and fresh air.
Bruh, that's folly. A damn jar of air. Madness. Madness. Yeah, bring out that precept.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 12, and verse 4. How long shall the land mourn?
What the Lord say?
How long shall the land
The
mourn?
Lord said, how long is the land go mourn? Just crying and begging. Hey, the land is begging for the Lord to come back. Like I said, he brought out, he paraphrased in Isaiah 14, it said they go rejoice. The earth is going to rejoice. Right? Keep reading.
And the herbs of every field wither.
Right?
For the wickedness of them that dwell therein.
Right, the wickedness of them that dwell therein. Right, you can't, you don't even see apple trees or orange trees or grape. You don't see that stuff. Right? Where are the grape tree? Where are the apple trees, oranges? You just don't see it. Right? Keep reading.
The beasts are consumed, and the birds.
What the Lord say?
And the birds.
The beasts and the birds are consumed. Remember that spill happened and all those fish was washing up on the sea? Right? Oil spills? Yeah. Right? Keep reading.
Because they say, he shall not see our last end.
You see that? So Esau just kind of using the world expediently. Let's get that real quick. Wisdom of Solomon too.
I had brought that out real quick just to run you back off how brothers saying how Esau messing up the ecosystem in the way of life. He destroying and consuming all the beasts.
Come on, man. Get Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. And you can really start at 1. Right? This is the mind of the so-called white man. Bring it up.
It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Right?
The ungodly say, reasoning with themselves, but not aright.
Right, this Esau, the ungodly. Read.
Our life is short and tedious.
This our life is short and tedious. You only live once. Right? Read.
And in the death of man there is no remedy.
Right, when you die, you ain't coming back, man. Just carnally minded. Right, this is how they reason within themselves. Like I said, it's not upright. Because the Lord said, you die, you come back. Right, but Esau said, no, when you die, that's it. Right, keep reading.
Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave.
Right, hold on, Yahweh shall return from the grave. Right, but Esau, they like, nah, they ain't got no kind of spirituality. Right, keep reading.
For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been.
Right, so we was born, and when we go, we can't take nothing with us. Right, it's the mind of Esau, right?
For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart.
Right.
Which being distinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air.
Right, making it sound so dramatic, man. Right, keep reading.
And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof.
Right, so they just basically being dramatically thinking, once you die, that's it. That's the point, right? Keep reading.
For our time is a very shadow that passes away, and after our end there is no returning, for it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again.
Read.
Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present.
Right.
And let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth.
You see that? Let us expediently use the creatures as in youth. Right, so they don't have no regard for the beast because they just don't care about life. Because they think you die is a short time, so I got to do what I got to do while I'm here right now. And that's it.
That makes sense.
And they understand, their time is short. All right, that's why I said in Jeremiah 12 and 4, the brother brought out, it's like they shall not see our end. Right, so they in that spirit of let us just abuse and use the world while we in power. If you knew you had a short time to reign, you just go wild out. Right? That's basically what it is. They wilding out because they got this short period of time to reign. So since it's such a short time, let's just speedily use the creatures, let us enjoy ourselves, set up monuments, let us rape, rob, and murder. Let's do whatever, man. While we can. While we got the world in our hand. And that's the devil, the so-called white man. So with that, I yield.
Right. You got that video?
Oh yeah, it's a video on the gorilla doing sign language talking about man. You can look it up. It's called Coco the Gorilla. Cause they talk this gorilla sign language.
There's one.
Yep. Right there. Oh wait, no, it's the talk about man.
Talk about man.
You can put up man on the last speech about man or something like that. Yeah, last word.
They taught this gorilla. These animals, man. Something else.
Remember that ape movie?
Rise of the
Right, yeah. See that?
Caesar.
Happen. Doing business on your terms, making a difference.
Chimps versus humans.
For those that can't see it, we're gonna have to read it. We're gonna read it for those that can't see behind the camera. So this is Coco the gorilla. She said, I'm a gorilla. I am flowers, animals. I am nature. Man, Coco love. Earth, Coco love. But man, stupid. Stupid. Coco, sorry. Coco cried. Time hurry. Fix Earth. Help! Earth! Hurry! Protect Earth.
It's deep.
Nature, see you.
Mm.
Thank you. Ooh, bars. I'm sweating.
He said, hurry and fix Earth, nature. That's talking about, man, that's talking about the Lord, man.
Yeah, that's
She kind of crying out to the Lord.
Kind of scary.
For real.
She kind of say, Lord, hurry. Nature see you, man. Hurry. Fix nature.
Kill Esau.
Ooh, man, that's deep, man.
She said, nature Coco love.
She died in 2018.
That's crazy. She said, man, Coco love. Earth Coco love, but man, stupid.
Stupid. What they said? Said it twice. Man, stupid.
Ain't got a point.
Proverbs 29:2, the classic.
I was about to get that.
It say
I gotta
people, but
read
man, the animals part of this thing
I was
too.
about to get that.
That's crazy right there. Damn, that's what the ape decided to say.
Last words.
Fix nature.
That's the feminine version of
Proverbs 29:2.
Yeah, classic.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
That's playing upon tables. Even the beasts are mourning. The beasts are literally mourning. They're crying aloud.
Literally.
They're sick to their stomach. Coco just said, hurry. But who is Coco speaking up to? Speaking to the Lord.
Uh-huh.
Hurry.
Romans 8:22.
Yeah, you can bring that out. Romans 8:26.
22.
Okay. Yeah, she literally said, nature see you. See that?
This is the book of Romans 8, chapter 22. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now.
Read that again. Read that again.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 22. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now.
Until now, even until this very hour. Bring out Job 37:7.
That's crazy. Man. That's a fire video, right?
It's the book of Job, chapter 37,
Turn
It's
it
the
on.
book of Job, chapter 37, verse 7, and it reads, He sealeth up the hand of every man, that all men may know his work. Then the beasts go into dens and remain in their places.
Right? And a lot of beasts are kind of hiding. It's Esau, or the beasts know that Esau is wicked. On another level, the beasts know. They be running away from the so-called white man. But I want another one really in Job 35:11.
Like we have seen this brown man before when Coco disappeared.
It's the book of Job, chapter 35, verse 11. Who teaches us more than the beasts of the earth, and maketh us wiser than the fowls of heaven?
And who gonna teach you more than Coco? Coco will teach you more than Esau. That's deep. We can learn more from the beast than the so-called white man. Because the beast to keep it real. They're not gonna sugarcoat it. They're not gonna kind of hide. They're not gonna charge you for knowledge. The beast will tell you straight up. Make sure, run your house like this. And make sure you don't be a glutton. Hey, look what man is doing. Hey, the beast, the earth, they'll keep it 100 with you. And that's beautiful. You can bring out Psalms 22 and verse 5.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 22 and verse 5.
Can you bring out the blue?
They cried unto thee, and were delivered. They trusted in thee, and were not confounded.
Go ahead.
But I am a worm.
But I am a what?
But I am a worm, and no man, a reproach of men, and despised of the people.
It's really speaking about Yahweh Shai. This is Yahweh Shai. All right, but what does it mean he's a worm? I mean, obviously he wasn't. Right? We don't deal with animorphs. I believe that's what they were called. Those old books. Man kind of turned into a beast. This is what the word. This is when you go into the blue letter. This is what pops up when you go into worm. Right? It's really the Caucus Elixis. All right. The dye made from the dried body of the female of the worm, the Caucus Elixis. Now with that, can you go to this website, Prophet Shar? You can type in this. The Caucus Elixis worm. And it should be a link. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down further.
Oh, this card's like the worm.
You can go to that one, I guess. I have another one in mind.
They all pretty much say the same thing.
Yeah. I don't really like this one. What's the first link? Yeah, that's it.
Messiah the worm.
Yeah.
Alright, what you want?
You can scroll all the way down. Go to, see the red part? Where you at? What's that? Oh, it's just another color. Yeah, right there, go down. All right, right there. All right, this is what we just read in Psalms 22. An interesting aspect of this creature is what it goes through in order to birth its young. While the insects are born with legs, the female eventually lose the use of their legs, which is apparently why they were given the designation of a worm. Shortly thereafter, the following amazing events happen. Now remember, all of this is really speaking of Yahushua, and how he's likened to that Caucus Elixis. When the female of the scarlet worm species was ready to give birth to her young, she would attach her body to the trunk of a tree. She attached her body to the trunk of the tree, fixing herself so firmly and permanently that she would never leave again. The eggs deposited beneath her body were thus protected to the larvae were hatched and able to enter into their own life cycle. As the mother died, the crimson fluid stained her body and the surrounding wood. From the dead bodies of such female scarlet worms, the commercial scarlet dyes of antiquity were extracted. And when you further go deeper into it, I believe the eggs, the larvae, they kind of fed off from her body. And that's deep because all of this represents Yahushua. He was fastened to the wood. He was fastened to the tree. All right? And his blood was on the wood, and through his blood, and we became alive. Now, for some people, that's going to be like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean through his blood? Well, when you read in John the 6th chapter, people, they was thinking that. They was offended. Can you bring that up, Dr. Sharp?
I was going to add to that too. I think it turned white after as well.
Can we see if that's kind of there? In the meantime, you can get John 6 and I'm gonna have to start all the way up like at 45 maybe. Not that far. 6 and 50.
It's the book of John, chapter 6 and verse 50. This is the bread which cometh down from heaven, that a man may eat thereof and not die. I am the living bread which came down from heaven. If any man eat of this bread, he shall live forever. And the bread that I will give is my flesh, which I will give for the life of the world.
Similar to the carcass of Lycus. It gave its body to the larvae. Alright? So go ahead.
The Jews thereof strove amongst themselves, saying, how can this man give us his flesh to eat?
They was confounded. They was scared. They was losing their mind. They thought, cannibal? They was probably going through the law. Where does it say we can do that? So this is the life of the crimson worm, aka the Caucasus ellixis.
Gotta read this. This might.
The female worm lays her eggs under her body under the protective shell. When the larvae hatch, they remain under the mother's protective shell so the baby worms can feed on the living body of the mother's worm for 3 days. Damn, for 3 days. After 3 days, the mother worm dies. Wow. And her body, it is deep, and her body excretes a crimson or a scarlet dye that stains the wood to which she is attached and her baby worms. The baby worms remain crimson, colored for their entire lives. Hey, don't got the blood in your house showers? Don't we have the blood on your house showers for the rest of our lives? The same way that Moses kind of sprinkled the blood upon the people. Your house shall sprinkle the blood upon us. So it's on us for the rest of our lives. Thereby, they are identified as the crimson worms. And we the crimson worms. On day 4, the tail of the mother worm pulls up into her head, forming a heart-shaped body that is no longer crimson, but has turned into snow white. Hold on. On day 4, the tail of the mother. On day 4, the tail of the mother worm pulls up into her head, forming a heart-shaped body that is no longer crimson, but has turned into a snow white wax that looks like a patch of wool on the tree or fence. It then begins to flake off and drop to the ground looking like snow. Bring out Isaiah 1:18.
They put the precept.
Bring out Isaiah 1:18. That's deep. Damn.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 18. Come now, and let us reason together.
What did it say?
Come now, and let us reason together, saith the Lord. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be white as snow. Though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool.
Hey, because as is the mother, and so shall we be as well.
Damn. Oh man, that's deep. It says they're gonna be as wool.
Ooh.
Because it's gonna get nailed to that cross, turn white. That's
Even nature
kind of crazy.
Hey, so, hey, nature's tell you, man. If you can't get it through John 6, hey, nature's gonna tell you, man. Straight up and down.
And
That's what you say.
that's a cut to the worm only died for our people.
Mm-hmm. It didn't die for the damn other butterfly worms. It didn't die for the damn ringworm. It didn't die for the tapeworm. It died for her worms.
Right.
Another bug come up and drink the little white blood and get a little love,
Yeah, I'm talking about the ladybug kind of getting in there and kind of get in there.
Grafted in.
Yeah, grabbed it in. Yeah, that's not happening.
And the blood stayed on her kids.
It stayed on them.
Yeah.
The blood was staying on them, her kids.
And then even if the wicked Jews said, hey, the blood will be upon our hands.
Us and our children.
Us and our children.
That's heavy right
It was
there.
a sacrifice, like I was shot, bro.
Yes.
Hey, it's more than that. You can bring out John 6.
On a tree. On a tree.
Or Salakia, you can go back to Proverbs 22.
Her blood was shed so her kids could live.
Was it only me? Not everybody kid.
Proverbs 22 and 6, and then we're going to go back to John 6. Come, you got a game.
I was just gonna say, was it me or did anybody else see that in their childhood, like a white spot on the tree?
Yeah, I seen that.
Like with worms? That's probably what it was. We
It's crazy.
never do.
I'd be like, hey, hang on.
Just a random white spot on the
White spots on
tree.
the bark, yeah.
Yeah.
Where
That's the
where
word.
where are these animals native to?
I think, I can't remember. I thought somewhere in the east.
Hey, Paulo just said that we Yahweh Shah on the Passover, the children was eating the mama. When she was dying, for 3 days they was eating her.
No, man. Everything about that is just,
3 days?
everything about that is just heavy right there. The Lord made this animal for that purpose. That's the purpose of this word.
gosh.
Show you your house.
It's deep.
You bring it out. You compared it to it, and in Psalms, it's deep, man. That's heavy, man.
Yeah.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 6. Train up a child in the way that he should go. And,
Psalms 22:6.
oh, Psalms.
God.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 22 and verse 6. But I am a worm, and no man, a reproach of men, and despise of the people.
Right?
All that see me laugh me to scorn. They shoot off the lip, they shake the head, saying, He trusted on the Lord that he would deliver him. Let him deliver him, seeing he delighted in him.
I mean, if that's not talking about Yahushua, I need an Old Testament Israelite to tell us right now who this is. Don't say David. Don't say angel. I need an answer besides those two.
When did that happen?
Yeah, and when? They always say it was David or an angel or Joshua. Those three people all the time. Or Moses. Or they may say David. Come on now.
What is that?
You can go to yeah. You can go back to John 6.
Yeah, point two. He been holding on for a minute though.
I did appreciate it. I was gonna say a point with that. That thing I was shot to the T because the people literally said, if you're the son of God, then just bring yourself down. If the Lord loves you so much, bring yourself down from the crucifix. That literally fit that.
Hey, but he had to be fastened to that tree. The same way that crimson worm had to be fastened to the wood. It had to. For the children, for nothing else, it just had to stay fastened. It couldn't get off. That was the lot of the crimson worm.
If she did, her children would have died.
Yeah, the children would have straight up died. Damn. And they would have had no blood upon them. They would have kind of went out into the world just winging it. So you got it.
It's the book of John, chapter 6, verse 53. It's the book of John, chapter 6, verse 53. Then Yahushua said unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, except ye eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, ye have no life in you.
Right. Go ahead. Now, we get that, right? We understand it. But Christians, Muslims, see, cannibalism. They don't get it. Their eyes aren't anointed with eye salve. Right? That's why they call this book spookism and mystery book and a novel. Yeah, this is strange doctrine. This is fan fiction. Go ahead.
Verse 54. Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood.
And drinketh what?
And drinketh my blood have eternal life.
Hey, those crimson worms, the babies, they have eternal life. Go ahead.
And I will raise him up at the last day. For my flesh is meat indeed, and my blood is drink indeed. He that eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood dwelleth in me, and I in him.
And we dwelt within Yahushua through the Spirit. Right? We ate of the flesh. We drank of the blood.
It's like,
right?
Man couldn't write this, man.
Nah.
What man can write this? It's too deep, man. Man not doing that, man. Come on.
It's deep. Jake said, I wrote a hard part. Nah, you can't get deeper than this. This is beyond deep. This is hard.
That's crazy, man.
Worm. Hey, you got it.
Verse 57. As the living Father hath sent me, and I live by the Father. So he that eateth me, even he shall live by me. This is that bread which came down from heaven. Not as your fathers did eat manna and are dead. He that eateth of this bread shall live forever.
Go ahead.
These things said he in the synagogue as he taught in Capernaum. Many therefore of his disciples, when they heard this, said, This is a hard saying.
This
Who
is
can
hard.
hear it?
I can't get it. What are you talking about? The same people that said that back then is all happening today. Go ahead.
Then Yahushua knew in himself that his disciples murmured at it. He said unto them, Doth this offend you?
Hey, does this offend you? And he knew it. He said, Does this offend you? Go ahead.
Verse 62. And what if ye shall see the Son of Man ascend up where he was before? It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
Hey, they are spirit and they are life. And that's very, very deep. So, I mean, even before Yahushua came on the scene, he kind of foreshadowed his coming and what he's going to do. He gave him a head start. But those Pharisees, Sadducees, they didn't really get Psalms 22. They wasn't getting it. If they did, they would understand, wow, this is literally Yahushua. He said, oh, and even after he gave up the ghost, they still couldn't get it.
So Paul had to come and explain it, man.
Yeah.
The disciples had to explain it. Paul had to persuade them out the scriptures, put that spirit on the earth. But yeah, you had a precept.
Oh, God, it's Isaiah 62 and 7.
Yeah, 62 and 7. Yeah, that worm thing is heavy, man.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 62 and verse 7. And give him no rest till he establish, and till he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth.
God, so that was just getting into Israel having to continuously cry out unto the Lord until he, give us our salvation, till he bring us back to the land. That's the same thing the animals are doing. Crying out until, to the Lord get us back home.
Yeah, same precept in Romans 8:22 we read earlier.
Yeah. Got that name back off there. Did you have a precept? I seen you.
I think, well, I did have one, but we like way past that.
You went back a little bit, it's cool.
Oh, well, it was Joel 1:18 through 20 about the animals groaning and crying out.
Yeah.
You bring that out.
Yeah.
You bring
Bring that out. Yeah, Joel 1:18.
Go ahead.
It's never too late to bring that one out. That's what the lesson about. Them animals showing it, and the Lord relate to the animals in the scriptures, man.
Yeah.
Clearly.
I don't think that worm was kind of crying out, dying. Come on now.
The book of Joel, chapter 1, verse 18. How do the beasts groan? The herds of the cattle are perplexed, because they have no pasture. Yea, the flocks of the sheep are made desolate. O Yahweh, unto thee will I cry. For the fire hath devoured the pastures of the wilderness, and the flame hath burnt all the trees of the field. The beasts of the field cry also unto thee, for the rivers of the waters are dried up, and the fire hath devoured the pastures of the wilderness.
Yeah, so the Lord said the animals crying out to him. The animals cry to the Lord too, man, when they going through it. Because the Lord, like you said, feeds the animals. That's why animals, they never worry or stress about their next meal. The Lord just give it to them.
Another point on that, how it's going into like the pastures and all that stuff being destroyed as well. That's what Esau doing on 1-4 right now, like Bill Gates buying all the farmland up and all that stuff. Those people, animals gotta just go ahead and die, because how you gonna feed your sheep? How you gonna feed the cows, all the pasture? So they destroying and burning everything up right now. So the animals crying out, they desolate, they ain't got nothing to eat no more. So they kind of just jamming everything up.
The Lord gave it to them to eat.
Exactly, literally.
Yeah, but they destroy the ecosystem as far as even they take the shrimp, crab, lobster, all all the animals that clean the sea. Now the sea is defiled, right? I mean, everything is just defiled because with Esau and rulership.
That's like with the shrimp, the crab, and the lobster and all that stuff. It's a video on YouTube. They let the fish tank get like extremely foul, algae build up and all that. They literally just threw shrimp in there, all of it disappeared in the day. So it's the same thing with the ocean. Y'all keep taking it all out to feed it to people, now the ocean look foul.
The ocean's supposed to be clear and beautiful.
Yeah.
Now it's green.
Hey, brothers, look at the Baltimore Harbor. It smells like doo-doo. It actually smells like poop. It's a foul smell because they remove all the crabs and the necessary sea creatures to stay in there to filter the ocean.
Right, the Lord. That's how you know this. I mean, how can you not believe in the Most High? Because everything's so set up perfect. He literally got animals created to filter and clean the ocean.
Literally.
So it's not dirty, so it stay crystal clean and beautiful. Imagine if nobody ate shrimp, crab, lobster, how clear and crystal all the water would be.
Yeah, that's why a fool doesn't believe in God. Everything is too perfect. It's too perfect. Literally. You gotta be a complete fool.
It's literally like a portion of water somewhere in the world where literally it's separated. Like you can see the clearness of the ocean, and then on the other side, that water is dirty and murky.
You got the salt and the brackish. Some to that effect. I know what you're talking about. It's a precept on that too. Yeah. So the Lord got the borders of the water sealed up. He got the place for the beasts. He got the place for the animals. The place for the fowls. every sea creature has its, or creature in general, has its certain lot and duty to fulfill. Right.
Salt water and regular water is like a border between like the Atlantic and the Pacific.
I got one quick
But you
precept.
can tell when the water hit, it's like split down the middle.
Oh, one quick precept, then we gonna get a Bob real quick. We on the sea. Yeah, Psalms 104 and 25. Wanted to bring this out too, to show the mighty works of the Lord.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 104, verse 25. So is this great and wide sea we're in? Are things creeping innumerable?
Right, the Lord said this great sea that we're in is things creeping innumerable. And I just pulled it up. How much of the ocean has been explored? They say currently less than 10%. So less than 10% of the ocean has been explored. It says for the ocean and coastal waters of the U.S., only about 35% has been mapped out with modern methods. So they don't even got all the water mapped out. Right, so it's an innumerable amount of sea creatures that the Lord created, animals that we've never seen. Right, they can only go so deep in the ocean. When you look in the ocean, it's oceans in the ocean. Brothers ever seen that before? It's rivers and oceans in the water. You can't even get that deep because your body gonna get crushed. It gets so dark down there. That's why you got the fish with the little light in front of it. It's like the fish get weirder and weirder the deeper you get.
Aliens. That's where you get that concept, like how these aliens.
You see that on SpongeBob too.
In the waters.
Yeah, it's actually a cartoon.
Ask them, one of them guys that just went down there to look at the Titanic, how I feel. They ain't gonna tell you nothing.
We got the Mariana Trench, man.
That's the deepest one.
Yeah, now, I was gonna say real quick to that point, when you go deeper in the water, it gets more viscous and like jelly-like. So then there's a whole nother level of pressure, like what you was talking about.
Yeah, it's a whole other world down there. And that's just like so-called space, because it's waters. Right? It's the exact same concept. But yeah, you had a precept.
Some precepts. Proverbs 30 and 30, verse.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 30 and verse 30. A lion which is strongest among beasts and turneth not away for any. A greyhound.
Scary.
That's what I'm at. But basically, a lion, we can learn from a lion how to be brave and how to, not flee from anything. All right. Proverbs 20 and 1.
Lions gonna be playing that.
You said 20 and 1?
28 and 1.
That's kind of scary, man. Yeah, 5%.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 1. The wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are bold as a lion.
So the Lord compares the righteous to be, compared to how bold a lion is, right? And you also get Revelation 5 and 5. Even Yahweh, he's compared to that lion.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 5 and verse 5. And one of the elders said unto me, Weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof.
So we can learn that same characteristics from Yahweh and like different types of lions, how to be brave and how to, be a man.
Yeah, lions are brave and they provide for their household. They mighty. Lions are mighty. I looked up, the deepest part of the ocean, like the brother said, the Mariana Trench. It's 35,000 feet. I mean, this is something we can't even begin to explain.
And it's way deeper than that.
Yeah, that's as deep as they know. Because I seen something else where they said only about 5%. Let me try to find that. Only about 5% of the ocean or less is said right here. It says, in fact, most of the waters remain unexplored, uncharted, and unseen by our eyes. It might be shocking to find out, but only 5% of the ocean has been explored and charted by humans. The rest, especially its depths, are still unknown. Right? So even just within knowing 5% of the ocean, the deepest part we know is 35,000 feet.
Right.
They claim they get to the moon and to Mars and all that. Y'all ain't even discover Earth.
Yeah, they don't even know what's on Earth, how you go to Mars.
If you couldn't go that low, how you think you can go that up?
I mean,
Mars is inhabited. That's where you can't even go that deep.
Yeah, that's 6 miles deep.
They didn't even explore the whole earth yet. The scriptures literally say that if they can search all the sea and all the land, the Lord will cast it off from many people.
God, facts.
They don't even know all the animals. It's still animals that Esau is naming, or so-called.
Yeah, it's still beasts that just be popping up. You're like, what is
Like,
that?
oh, what is this?
You be seeing new insects. You know how many insects it is?
Oh, it's a lot of insects too, bro.
Yeah.
Creepy things.
The insect world is like insane.
Deep in the dirt.
So Esau really trying to catch up to the Most High.
Which they never can.
They claim they scientists, they got all the facts.
Damn.
You know,
The sperm whale max feet is 3,300.
So even the whale ain't trying to go down that low. What you doing? Human.
Look, it says this the height of Mount Everest. So the as high as Mount Everest is, the deepest area that man knows of is deeper than that.
Right.
The tallest mountain is Mount Everest. So this is kind of insane. That's what it says. It says the Mariana Trench is even deeper than Mount Everest is tall. God. I mean, this is kind of scary understanding how this is the power of the Lord, man. It's the power of the Lord.
They still discovering parts of Antarctica.
They call this joint the abyss. The abyss is like when you 4,000 to 6,000 feet deep. Anything under that, I mean, it's just like you ain't making it out.
Water pressure. Pressure score. How they get that? I don't think they know about that. That might be false.
What?
They talking about they ain't been that deep. They don't know about
They made that one up. Sound.
Yeah, the Mariana Trench. That's the deepest they went.
It's too deep for them. I don't even think they went that deep.
Yeah.
Maybe
I think they just got a device.
They scanned that deep or some shit like that.
It say bro went up there. It was on there. You want to see little guy on the thing?
I don't know if nobody went that deep.
He ain't come back up. Yeah, they probably do
You know, it's probably pitch black.
Yeah, you can't even see it.
Why would you even want to go down there?
You get Job 41 and 19. There's no telling what type of creatures and beasts there are down there.
You seen that movie Pacific Rim?
Yeah.
Where the robots was going down and it was it looked like you know how they just trying to find Leviathan and jump. They going down there trying to fight the sea creatures getting whooped out by the beasts under the bottom of the ocean.
They was getting their ass beat.
Yeah. If y'all ever seen that movie, look it up.
I ain't seen that one.
That's a good one, you ain't heard of it, underwater.
Yeah.
I think I had it out.
They trying to go to the bottom and fight beasts under the water. Come on, man.
Yeah, they're not that guy. You can bring out Job 41 and 19.
It's the book of Job, chapter 41, verse 19. Out of his mouth go burning lamps, and sparks of the fire leap out. Out of his nostrils go a smoke, as out of a seething pot or cauldron. His breath kindled with coals, and a flame goeth out of his mouth. In his neck remaineth strength, and sorrow is turned into joy before him. The flakes of his flesh are joined together. They are firm in themselves, they cannot be moved. His heart is as firm as a stone, yea, as hard as a piece of the nether millstone.
They're describing the Leviathan. All right, so it's describing this beast to the best of it's like it. The Lord is describing this beast, right? And the power that it has. So much so, damn near breathing out fire, like an actual dragon. Go ahead.
When he raiseth up himself.
It's like, it literally says that. His breath kindles coals and a flame goeth out of his mouth. If man were to see something like that today, they'll faint. I don't care who you are. You're going to kind of get a little shaky in the knees. You're going to get scared, brother. Let's be real. You're going to get scared, see something blowing out fire. It's going to seem unreal to you.
That's how it was on the movie when they was fighting the little sea monster or whatever out here. They was literally like gulping up big flame fireballs out their mouth at them. Literally.
Wow.
Now we know it's all science fiction, blah blah blah. Where do you think they get it from?
Yeah, they get it from the scriptures. You got it.
When he raiseth up himself, the mighty are afraid.
See, the mighty are afraid. Go ahead.
By reason of breakings they purify themselves. The sword of him that lay at him cannot hold the spear, the dart, nor the habergeon. He esteemeth iron as a straw,
Damn.
and brass as rotten wood.
Oh my gosh. Hey, so to this Leviathan, iron's just straw. It's just straw. And iron is really one steel is one of the strongest materials, damn near. Go ahead.
The arrow cannot make him flee. Sling stones are turned with him into stubble. Darts are counted as stubble. He laugheth at the shaking of a spear.
Imagine the beast just kind of laughing at you. Hey, you might as well just give up the ghost, man. Go ahead.
Sharp stones are under him. He spreadeth sharp pointed things upon the mire. He maketh the deep to boil like a pot. He maketh the sea like a pot of ointment. He maketh a path shine after him. One would think the deep would be too horrid. Upon earth there is not his like, who is made without fear. He beholdeth all high things. He is king over all the children of pride.
Right. So he can kind of, he'll dominate Esau. But the point is this, that this is a magnificent beast, man. So much so it's kind of putting off some type of heat, radiation. I mean, there's only so many words I can describe it, because we haven't seen it. This is one of those wonders that the Lord will reveal in the last days, because we're going to eventually eat Leviathan, Lord willing. Lord willing, everybody in this room get a piece of Leviathan.
I was gonna say, it's some animals that live underwater near volcanic activity.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not something too mind-boggling for the Lord to do. Yes, Wisdom of Solomon.
They live underwater during volcanic
11. Yeah, like right by volcanic activity. Wisdom of Solomon 11 and 18.
Bring it up.
There's so many creatures in that water.
Yeah. But it's another one, I
Only
think.
5%.
That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for too.
All right, go.
Wisdom of Solomon.
11 and 18.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 11, verse 18. Or unknown wild beast full of rage, newly created, breathing out either a fiery vapor or filthy scents of scattered smoke, or shooting horrible sparkles out of their eyes, whereof not only the harm might dispatch them at once, but also the terrible sight utterly destroy them. Yea, and without these they have fallen down with one blast, being persecuted of vengeance, and scattered abroad through the breath of thy power. But thou hast ordered all things in the measure, and number, and weight. But
See what the Lord is capable of? So how much, good gosh. You can't even fathom what else is out there. You can't. Can you type in a shoebill bird, Baba Kashar? When you look at certain beasts that look so foreign to you, like we discussed earlier, when you never seen something, it looks unreal to you. You get kind of creeped out.
This thing huge too.
It's a huge beast. I want to go to that video.
They make a nasty noise, man.
Yeah, if you see this in a wild, brother, throw up a prayer.
They're not dangerous animals, though.
Dark side.
It don't look real. It's like it's eerie looking.
The real Tyrannosaurus.
And they got another type of fox.
That Komodo dragon is something crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was different.
That's like a dinosaur still alive. And if it stand up.
Look at it.
It looks like man, it's not to eat.
They do like a dinosaur. I ain't gonna lie. So they said it's a dinosaur. It's like a dinosaur.
Like a dog versus beast.
That is a scary looking bird. They just don't look real.
I seen one of those.
Look at it.
It literally looks like a dinosaur.
I never seen one of those when I was a kid, bro. It just came out.
Yeah, that's what they say. That's, you know, we never seen nothing. Those are the upgrade, you know, new download on Earth.
Things you hidden though. Yeah, his eyes. You got a shoe head.
He don't look real. It's called a shoe bill.
It's like a Pokemon head. Shoe. He does like a shoe. I ain't think flamingos was real either.
For real.
So I seen like after that, the one from Syria.
That's a.
You gonna make a noise?
You got a mantis shrimp.
That's what I
There
got
you
right
go.
here.
That's crazy.
For real? You was looking at my phone.
I swear. It was already right there.
What the hell?
I already know about it. Me too. They got the most powerful punch. One of the most powerful punches.
What kind of noise is that?
We gotta pull this up too.
Real. It's
We
not
pull this
bad.
up at the same time.
That's a spirit, man.
A mantis shrimp punches a crab.
They said punch so fast, like, it's like, it get real hot underwater. It kind of leave bubbles. It's mantis shrimp.
They got a movie that Jamie Foxx was in.
That's
Pretty much the whole premise of the movie was they had superpowers similar to animals, and his was
Yeah.
mantis shrimp.
Yep, I remember that. Was that Power?
Yup, power.
So he can punch real fast?
Yeah.
Which one is it? This first?
Yeah, you can miss that one.
Punches his arm off?
Yeah. This is crazy.
And I saw one hit a fisher real fast.
Yeah.
And it started bleeding. The fisherman.
Recently, Stingray like
For no reason at all.
I estimate what was
Yeah.
legal to
They small, but they catch that punch.
They jumped in a boat, the shrimp, and it
He said
hit
yes.
the fisherman in the boot.
And then when I
It took
asked
the
if
boot
raising
off.
prices technically violates those.
Yeah.
With the velocity.
Where is that?
The peacock mantis shrimp. Otherworldly in appearance.
Marsh, over here.
Creature that meets the eye. It's a formidable predator. Its bizarre appearance is the result of 80 million years of evolution.
That's probably.
With an appendage for every occasion, the peacock mantis shrimp is the Swiss Army knife of the marine world.
Punch.
5 pairs of legs for feeding. 3 pairs of legs for walking.
It's an insect. People eat that.
Of course.
Who looks at that and says, let's eat it?
It's blue. You gotta pay $1,500 for that one right there.
You might die.
They gonna call that expensive eating right there. That's super.
Bro,
It's the dice.
They don't
Oh,
cost you
God.
regular shrimp at the
My
style.
phone died, so it messed up the,
Somebody got high spot?
my phone just died.
Probably gonna watch National Geographic.
No, but I can pull up this video real quick.
But we trying to watch it.
My junk barely working.
Damn.
I got the one he hit the fisher.
Oh, we can plug it into his phone.
You're plugging into his phone?
Yeah, because I did that with my phone.
With my phone. It's an iPhone.
This is. Oh, I lied. I did it with my phone.
Yeah, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it? iPhone?
iPhone 3.
My phone just died. So I do want to watch this. Yeah, you can plug this back up. Yeah, let me see that. Oh, yours actually fit?
Yeah.
Did it pop up?
Nah.
What's the password? Ask bro, what's the password?
You just left?
He right here.
Oh,
Yeah, it's power 99.
All caps, sir.
Lowercase.
yeah. This is deep, man. And beast.
That's like a neon color. Yeah, that joint is mighty. I want to see the years though. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's not 8 million years. They say 80.
They said 80.
80 million years.
That's not-
Winging it.
The
What device instrument is gonna allow you to understand something that's 80 million years old?
Raise close.
They just be saying shit. I wanna see
Okay,
that.
so here it goes.
He smushed him.
With the velocity of a .22 caliber bullet,
Damn, he is socked him.
with the velocity of a .22,
He socked him though.
too close.
So like the speed of light.
With the velocity of a .22 caliber bullet,
That 22 caliber bullet.
the mantis shrimp strike is the fastest in the animal kingdom. The assault is so fast that friction makes the surrounding water boil.
Damn.
Wow.
Imagine if he was bigger.
The devastating punch knocks limbs off the victim.
It broke his leg.
How hard it cracked.
It broke his claw.
At his disposal, his home-delivered crab meat
I see you break his
is
claw, though.
ready to eat.
Oh, it's his claw, bro.
Hey, see that? Hey, bring out Psalms 104 again, Bob
His whole
Trash.
arm came off.
That was crazy.
Hold on, y'all gotta see it. His whole arm came
Yeah,
off.
you gotta go back to that.
His home
Real quick, Baba Kushai. Look at this, bro. Following you, right? I think you come at
The
this.
devastating punch knocks limbs off the
Look at his
victim.
claw. The claw came off.
He fell back like
He put his claw off.
that crab is extremely hard.
Delivered crab meat.
His whole arm came off. Even in water, too. Like, how you do that?
Because water, it's hard to kind of.
It's hard to punch like that in water.
He said it felt like a 22 caliber bullet.
And heat come from it, though.
Yeah, it make the water boil.
It went so fast.
Can you Google on YouTube that mantis shrimp punching a person, the fisherman?
Yeah, I put it in the group chat.
You can bring out Psalms 104 and 25 again.
He like to get stoned by certain You got a page just for that. You just get stoned by different exotic.
That's weird.
Getting stoned?
They let the snakes bite you and take venom.
Bring that up, King.
He's all
The
buzzed.
book of Psalms, chapter 104, verse 25.
Playing that.
So this is great and wide sea we're in, are creeping things, innumerable, both small and great beasts.
Both small and great beasts. And you can't, that was something from his appearance, man. You can't do it. Now, if you never heard of this shrimp, you could probably mess around with it, kind of put your finger towards it, knock off your finger.
My name is Tyler Devereaux. I'm inviting you to attend my brand new 2-hour live master class. I'm about to show you.
So this is when a mantis shrimp punches a human.
He pulled it out to sea or something?
Yeah, Caesar.
He out there like deep. Oh, what is he doing?
Just fishing.
No way.
He's so dumb.
That really hurt. Wow. That thing just grabbed onto me and smashed my foot. Oh, dude, he cut through my freaking. Wow. He just punched through my brand new boots.
He got up.
Wow. Check this out. Oh, man. Dude, that is crazy. Supposedly, mantis shrimp has the most powerful punch in all of the animal kingdom. And I just felt it. This dude grabbed a hold of my booty and did whatever they do. Put a hole in this booty that is literally second time I've ever used it. They're brand new. And then a hole.
Ah, man.
22.
Hey, that's a
22 put that, but only thing is, the things bounce all around.
Right there, the power. The power of the freaking mantis shrimp. Oh my gosh.
I would have threw that boy back in the water.
Holy crap. You're crazy. You are crazy.
He died, nah. He got out the water.
Yeah, that's plain, man.
He said, "Bah."
Hey, even, hey,
He blew through his shoe.
can you bring out Psalms
God
144 and 1?
damn.
144?
That's kind of nuts. I ain't gonna
That was one of them 50s.
sock the person in the
Shot
foot.
just like a 22 would.
It was leading.
How you get all the way up there?
You can bring it out.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 144, verse 1. Blessed be the Lord, my strength, which teaches my hand to war, and my fingers to fight.
And my fingers to fight. So, you know, you can look at these beasts all day. You can watch documentaries. You're going to learn something from them. Right? You're going to learn that you can't punch soft.
Kangaroo.
I got one more. Or no. It's actually a precept. Second Maccabees, I believe 4 and 23.
It's the book of Second
This is
Maccabees.
Australia's most iconic kickboxer. Meet the kangaroo, the buff marsupial. Kangaroos are 4 marsupials in the family Macropodidae.
Nah, yeah, you're not stepping up to that.
Kangaroos can fight, bro.
I'm about to say, y'all seen that white boy fighting a kangaroo?
The fight between the kangaroo and the boxer was an intense one. The kangaroo used its powerful legs to deliver powerful kicks and punches to the boxer. The boxer tried to use its superior reach and strength to land punches and kicks of its own, but the kangaroo was too quick and agile for the boxer. The kangaroo kept up its relentless attack, and eventually the boxer was unable to keep up with the kangaroo's speed and agility. The kangaroo landed a powerful punch that knocked the boxer out, and the kangaroo was declared the winner of the match. The fight between the
Wait, did y'all know that a kangaroo can kick up to about 400 to 600 or 700 pounds, if I'm not mistaken? Like, it's just crazy.
What would you get?
Yeah, that's the pride of Esau. And
Esau said.
Yeah. What do you get out of that?
He was feeling them kicks too.
That's the wisdom of Solomon, man. They just living their life. Only Esau would do that. I would never see a Jake kind of just box a kangaroo. That's madness.
It was once like a kangaroo grabbed his dog.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. He kind of won that fight.
He looked like these, you feel me? He just walked away.
Can you remember that box shirt? A man punches kangaroo with dog.
He probably didn't want to die, that's probably what that
Really, 759 pounds of force.
759 pounds of force kicking you?
Yep.
God.
If you have an hour this week, you can learn 100 songs on the piano by learning to
Horse kick you, man. You flying, bro.
Yeah.
The guy who socked a kangaroo in the kisser is coming under fire today.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Can you
this.
believe he's a zookeeper of all things?
Kinda got him.
Animal lovers are popping mad.
Kangaroo is a national
Bro.
icon.
Like,
And,
he look like he punched him soft, though.
So, you know, there's a lot of beasts in this world, and they powerful in their body, but still, I mean, Most High made them over them, or made us over them.
Yeah, even like the brother brought out the Jamie Foxx. You got Spider-Man. You got a lot of heroes and villains based off of like
Batman.
Like Spider-Man, he web sling, jump high. Like they got animals got amazing abilities.
Ant-Man.
Catwoman,
Yeah.
Ant-Man.
The Wakanda dude, he's the Panther, Black Panther.
Bring out First Maccabees 4:23.
First.
Spider-Man for real. He really like got powers of a spider for real. You know.
It's the book of First Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 23. Then Judas returned to spoil the tents, where they got much gold and silver, and blue silk and purple of the sea, and great riches. After this, they went home. They went home and sung a song of thanksgiving, and praised Yahweh in heaven, because it is good, and because his mercy endured forever.
But it said they got the purple of the sea. The purple of the sea comes from certain crustacean, a certain snail. That's how we got the purple. To make what? Certain clothing, certain articles, certain clothing, and certain dyes of clothing. Even blue, right? You don't just kind of see blue in the wild. Sure, you can use berries, but it's not going to last long. So they use that purple of the sea. And that's how a lot of the borders of blue was made. What's this? Can an ant lift 50 times his body weight? According to the different estimates, ants can carry 10 to 50 times their body weight, or maybe even more. And you know, we just touched on a lesson similar to working out and taking care of your body. Hey, Jake should be able to carry their own body weight.
That's carry 10 times.
Or not, you know, not 10 times, but at least carry your own body weight, you know.
50 times.
That's what we can take from these beasts.
That's like you lifting a bus, like.
Yeah.
I can lift stuff heavier than me at work.
You see an ant lifting crackers. They have a whole cracker on there. Like, you just see a crack. You just see it move. You're like, what the hell?
That's super heavy to him.
Yeah, to him, that's probably got to be like
50
a
times
lot.
body
Yeah,
weight.
50 times.
You just see it move. You don't know what's moving. It's an ant under there.
And they move fast too with those crackers. They busting it.
I was gonna say, roaches survive a lot of deadly situations. Like they just like
Mhm.
killable. Like you can't.
Yeah, they're very resilient.
You cannot.
No, it's an actual real animal. It's called it's like microscopic almost. It's called a bear or something like that.
Yeah, the bear micro. Yeah.
That thing literally to survive anything. Nuclear fallout.
Mhm.
They said it ideally can down. It can swim. You can send it to down. Well, Esau say space, but that's just how invincible it is.
It was like a caterpillar almost. That
Yeah,
brown
it's called
bear.
like a water bear or something.
Yeah, something like that. You know.
That's what it's it. I think that's it, yeah.
Well, I got another one in Wisdom of Solomon after this. Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 17.
You been on fire.
What's that? A water bear.
Yeah, I seen that.
Oh, he gonna gotta get a new body.
They can survive boiling water and freezing ice.
You gotta be resilient. You gotta endure all things like this animal or like this beast. You gotta make your body live a sacrifice.
Endure all things like a water bear, man.
That's right. You bring out Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 17.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse 17, and it reads, "But he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely, to know how the world was made, and the operation of the elements,
Go ahead.
the beginning, the ending, and midst of times, the alterations of the turning of the sun, and the change of the seasons, the circuits of years, and the position of stars, the natures of living creatures."
Of what?
The natures of living creatures, and the theories of wild beasts, the violence of winds, and the reasonings of men.
You can pause on that, right? Well, he knew the natures of wild beasts and creeping things. What Esau calls it, Esau today, they'll call that a zoologist, right? You type a zoologist, Barbara Sharp. What is a zoologist? We knew creatures in the ancient world. Don't think our forefathers were just, you know, yeah, they read the scriptures, of course, but even the scriptures tell you, like it said in Job, they ask the animals and they should teach you. So they knew about the beasts, they knew about the animals. They knew guerrilla warfare. So a zoologist, an expert in or a student of the behavior, physiology, classification, and distribution of animals. So you understand the depths behind how an animal operates and why it does what he does.
Yeah, that's what I said. They study animals.
I was gonna say how they interact with the ecosystems. So yeah, zoologists, you know, gotta be a zoologist in this thing.
Yeah, that's
Solomon was a zoologist.
what Solomon did. That's what Solomon knew. And I'm sure a few of our other forefathers as well. All of our forefathers wasn't just, you know, valiant men that went to war. Not every single one of them. Some brothers, you know, they just had to maintain a farm. Other brothers just kind of scribes. Other brothers kind of played music. Other brothers just kind of into the animals.
An effect on the kangaroo, everybody don't notice. But why did the Most High make the kangaroo so tall? It's because of their appetite. Kangaroos don't eat everything, so they got a tree that the Most High made tall. So they have a plot they have to go and get their food from like tall trees.
And
That's why he made them so tall, so they can eat from tall trees. And plus it's sweet.
Hey, they gotta work for it.
And I heard that they pattern is all different. Just like they DNA, like their fingerprints. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true, but that food thing is true.
Okay, you see that?
If that is true, that is sweet though. Like they pattern like their own DNA pattern on their body.
I got no problem with
God. So again, you can close out with Job chapter 12, verse 7. Right, Lord willing, Israel's been edified with the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, and have some understanding on what the Bible says about animals.
The book of Job, chapter 12, verse 7. But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell it thee. Or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee. Who knoweth not in all these that the hand of the Lord hath wrought this? In whose hand is the soul of every living thing, and the breath of all mankind? Doeth not the ear try words, and mouth taste of his meat? With the ancient is wisdom, and length of days understanding.
With that, we're going to bid Israel Shalom. Kwem Yashua.